Still on. Okay, mic check. Hi, we are back for season 2, baby, of Chomie Talks Too Much. And this time around, we brought lighting. You see, the setup is quite different. It's not like the audios before. So I hope you guys are going to have a good time. We're about to eat and yeah, we're about to serve content for days. We are about to eat. I'm telling you. Hello, buddy. It's your boy Eddie. Welcome back to season 2 of Chomie Talks Too Much. We are back and we are better. Now we are back with a new setup. There's the visuals now, because in the previous season we didn't have video content. Now we changed it up and we said we need a little bit of an upgrade, Nyana, to take you guys quite seriously and to show you, what we have for you in store. So if you're new here, welcome to Chomie Talks Too Much, a podcast where we rant about everything and more. We cry sometimes, we unpack everything basically. And sometimes we end up even talking about God because it's the core part of this whole podcast and what we're trying to build. So welcome back. And if you're an oldie, Ona, much marato for you. So just to give you a real update on what has been going on in my life, I've been going through a lot of healing. Hence, I took so long to get to a point where now I want to give you guys content and I want you guys to, share this journey with me. So welcome back, Banabakuchai. Thank you so much for all of you guys who have been through this whole healing journey with me. And this podcast, we talk about everything. With every fiber of my being. But we unpack everything because I know somebody else relates to some of my experiences, some of the things that I still do, go through on a day-to-day basis. So let's heal and grow together. Much love. So yeah, man. I went through a very dark period after my mom passed on. It was quite a very weird experience. Having to get used to the fact that she's no longer here. Yeah. Death is such a weird concept. I will never, till this day, ever get to understand why is that still a concept. But more than anything, I'm healing and I try by all means to stay put and stay calm and, appreciate life for what it is. Because I guess God has something for me in store and I wouldn't want to waste that, there has to be, a bit of healing along the lines. And sometimes it does hurt. But yeah, man, we're back. We are back. And I don't want to lie, I'm about to feed you guys with content for days. And I hope you guys are going to enjoy this experience. And we don't have a structured format here. We just talk and we talk until there's no room for us talking. We rant about everything. We talk about mojalo, relationships. We talk about heartbreaks. We talk about life in general. We talk about healing and growing. I just want this podcast to be about candid conversations you could have with your chummy. Those conversations when it's just you and your friend and, you just want to sit and just unpack everything. So I'm that friend who wants to unpack everything and we do unpack it. And whether over wine, whether over coffee, whether over anything, I'm that kind of a friend. So I feel like I'm so grown now. I was listening to season 1 of Chomie Talks Too Much and I'm like, and I cringed so much because I don't even know what I was doing by then. And I feel like I've grown, man. There was a lot of growth that took place and if anything, I'm grateful, for growing. I had a cringy moment while listening to those audios, but also see it as a very beautiful experience because there's so much growth now and I think I can express and articulate myself even way better now. Now that we're going through this healing journey. So I hope you guys are going to stick around because I have so much content and there's so much happening in my life on a day-to-day basis. My life is like a reality show. I don't want to lie. Like I could be going through 10 things in a day. So yeah. And I didn't know this, but once I started sharing a lot of my TikTok content, I saw how people could relate and could really want to dive into how I've went through this whole journey of healing. People really relate to your story, and it's one of the most beautiful experiences. So I thought, why not? Chomie Talks Too Much. But now we're doing it a lot more better. I really do comment whatever you guys want me to talk about. Bona, we can unpack 10 subjects in a day. It's okay. But I will try by all means to make it as structured as possible and to stick to the topic that we'll be talking about. So yeah, man, we're back and we're better and we're about to eat. Manako kaya bona. Shots quiet. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're back for another season and it's about to be good. Season 1 was quite chaotic. I'm not gonna lie, I listened to the podcast audios and I'm like, there is no way. But it was also beautiful to some extent because I was learning, I was grieving, and trying to make sense of a world that was just kept beneath. And yeah, man, we've healed, or we're still in the process of healing, rather. I feel grown and not like the bills and adulting type of girl.